Obviously, when it comes to Republican supporters, MAGA supporters that you know well, when it comes to this post by the president tonight about pertinent grand jury information, do you think that's going to be sufficient for them?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, President Trump has been very clear. The Democrats would have weaponized this against him for years if this was anything to do with President Trump. But here's the reality. Here's a sad reality, honestly, is that the Democrats, with the media, have tried to change the topic. Change the topic from the fact that we have the most secure border in American history, that we just passed the most consequential bill that puts $7,500 in the pockets of working Americans, that we've lowered inflation, egg prices are down, gas prices are down, we have stability all over the world, we're starting to cut the deficit, we just passed the first crypto legislation in American history. We're winning on every count. The Democrats don't want to talk about any of this because they're wrong on every front. And look, that's what the American people care about. They're seeing their pocketbooks go up. They're seeing the fact that their communities are now safe. They're seeing record deportations. This is what people voted for on November 5th. And this is what we're going to focus on going forward, helping American people. This story is a tabloid sensation. Look, you have a very important show. I think a lot of people watch it. You spent half your show already talking about a fake story that the Wall Street Journal published. This isn't what journalism's intended to be. Let's talk about what the winning that we're doing for the American people. That's what they want to hear.
Well, hang on. You can't criticize what we're covering when this is a show that primarily covers what the president is doing, and this is what he's posting tonight. And you're saying that this is being perpetuated by Democrats, but this is Thomas Massey, Tom Tillis, Mike Pence, Steve Bannon, Charlie Kirk. Those are Republicans.
The first three I would not consider to be Republicans. These are guys that hate President Trump,
okay,
are against his
Steve Bannon,
agenda.
Charlie Kirk,
Charlie's
Joe
been clear.
Rogan, all these people who are calling on this are Democrats?
I was with Charlie this weekend. Charlie's been clear, saying, hey, let's move on and talk about what we're doing. We're winning for the American people.
But then he took that back and said he wasn't moving on.
Well, look, I don't know. I'm talking about the people that are here in Washington, D.C., that are fighting every day to make the lives of American citizens better. The most secure border in American history, more money in the hands of American workers, bringing factories back to the U.S., putting peace and stability around the entire globe. We're winning at such a high level that the only thing the Democrats have to talk about or cling on to is these ridiculous tabloid stories. You know, the guy that you had on before that was sweating, which is a clear indication the guy was absolutely lying through his teeth. Look, he can't say anything about what has been accomplished in this Congress, and it's not even been 6 months. It's 3 days short of 6 months. We're going to sign the first crypto legislation tomorrow in American history. This is an incredible amount of winning. Let's talk about that.
If I'll take you on your point of the Republicans have better things to do and better things to talk about, why are Republicans in the House right now unable to get the DOJ cuts passed because of the fight over the Epstein files?
Well, we've got it passed in the Senate. I was up till 3 o'clock in the morning getting it done. We're getting our first rescissions package in 32 years, cutting the most wasteful spending possible. And the American people are seeing that we're serious about cutting spending. The House is going to get it across the finish line. I'm confident that they'll get it done. And this is just the beginning. We're going to have even more cuts. We're going to honor and respect every dollar that the taxpayers give us. We're going to treat their money like it's our own, not waste it, burn it on these ridiculous programs. Look, we're doing everything here, very simple, Kaitlan, to fight for the American worker every single day. That's what they want to know. And when they see their paychecks are climbing way above inflation, that's what they want to see.
But on the work that Congress is doing, I mean, it has delayed getting that passed in the House. Those are Republicans who are delaying it right now.
Yeah, look.
It's not Democrats.
We have 53 Republicans in the Senate. It's tough to get 53 Republicans to agree on everything. But look, we got it passed yesterday. We got the one big beautiful bill passed. Nobody thought it could happen by July 4th. We got it done by July 4th. So we continue to win. Look, is the process neat and simple? No, we've got a razor-thin majority, which is why your viewers need to be thinking about the 26th election and making sure to get more Republicans elected and get rid of these people that are here just to make names for themselves, people that want to be troublemakers for the sake of being troublemakers so they can go on social media and send out fundraising alerts. Look, I'm here to get stuff done. We're getting stuff done.
If it's such a distraction and it's causing Republican infighting on Capitol Hill, and it's also causing a huge split between the leadership at the Justice Department and the FBI, would it be easier, in your view, if the White House, if the administration just released everything, as some Republicans have called on them to do, so then you can just move on from it?
Well, you read the post. President Trump just said to do that. I reject the premise that it's causing a rift in the administration. You have the most united cabinet, the most competent cabinet in American history. You know what we're not talking about? The auto pen scandal.
I don't think the deputy FBI director and the attorney general are speaking.
But my point, Kaitlan, is did you guys spend 30 minutes talking about the auto pen scandal? Did you spend 30 minutes talking about the fact that Democrats hid the knowledge that President Biden was compromised? This guy did not have his mental faculties and was running the country.
Jake Tapper wrote an entire book on it, and we covered it at length. I think you can do both things. You can walk and chew gum at the same time, Senator, with all due respect.
I think there's a different standard for Republicans. There's a different standard for Republicans. Look, here's the good news for America.
But I understand your argument that you're trying to blame it on the media or on Democrats, but the whole point of this scandal, which when the president said last week, I can't believe people are still talking about Jeffrey Epstein, it's his supporters who are talking. Are you saying that everyone who is calling on this to be released is a member of the media or a Democrat?
No, what I'm saying is the vast majority of Republicans are united around one simple concept. We came here to fight for the American worker, to improve their lives, to give them safety and prosperity. And that's what we're doing every day. And we're delivering. We got this bill done that, you know, it's so good because the Democrats don't talk about it anymore. They don't talk about the generational investment in modernizing our air traffic control system, generational investment in our military, giving pay raises to our law enforcement officers, zero entries into our country for illegal criminals, millions